Hi Pisces, how are you? How's things? I'm Eriu and this is Eriu Tarot Readings, and you my lovelies, as always, you are very welcome to this Tuatha, this tribe. Now, first of all, let me start off by saying I'm so sorry. My sincerest apologies. Your reading, right? I'm apologising for the lateness of this one. Your reading was recorded in the second batch of readings I did, because I did 3 batches. I do 4, 4 and 4, and I went looking for it again. I was like, I couldn't find it. I was like, with the laptop, I cleared my SD card or my flash card. I was like, where the frig is this? But I convinced myself that I still had it because I physically recorded it and I uploaded it, so it should be fine. Or uploaded the footage prior to editing, and then I just couldn't find it again. So I'm so sorry, Pisces. I'm so sorry that this is coming in really like mid bi-weekly for you. So my promise to you is that in the next bi-weekly readings, you guys are going first. You're being uploaded first before anyone else. I don't care if I have to record you and only upload you and then record the other 11, because you're getting it first, okay? So I'm really sorry about that. Now, this is technically your reading for the June the 1st, June the 15th, 2017, but it'll be interesting then, I guess, to see if these energies did pop up for you over the last few days. Now remember, if this doesn't resonate, it's totally fine to check out your moon and your rising sign as well. And hey, if you're not certain of what they are, do click on the link below that I have below this video, and that will help you to calculate both, okay? Right, my darlings, let's just get straight stuck into this. Now, it's going to be the same format as the previous bi-weekly reading. However, I'm doing 6 for your general reading, 6 cards, and then 3 love cards, because I want to see how love is incorporated and intertwines, and it's that thread that connects everything together. I want to see how that may have effect on your general life as well, okay? All right, let's waste no more time. Pisces. I feel so bad, Pisces. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, will you? Forgive me. There we go. Let's get stuck in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So this is your first week, is the 1st to the 7th, and the second week then is the 8th to the 15th. All right. So let's kind of just get, you're kind of, I think your fishies are swimming a bit rapidly lately, are they? It feels like your fishes are swimming in all different directions and kind of knocking heads off each other at times. Now, the very start of the week, you have the 8 of Rods, and Rods, beautiful fire energy. We got Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Love them, right? Complete opposite of you, but because of that, you actually attract each other in lovely ways. So 8 of Rods is about communication. It's firing energy. It's coming out from all angles. All boom, 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 boom. Go, go, go. Firing at you. It can, if we contribute this out to more so like modern day technology, what we're looking at is different levels and platforms of communication that we all use, where we can just, at any point, somebody can try and get our attention or access us, all right? So you're looking at WhatsApp, you're looking at Viber, text messages, emails, Facebook Messenger, Tinder, OkCupid, whatever, you name it, that's what this is. And this is messages and communication coming from all angles. So some of you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed by this amount of energy coming in. Normally you're an introvert sign. Oh, it's also depending on your rising and moon sign, you might be a little bit more extroverted. But at the heart of things, really, Pisces, you are introverted. So to have this much energy around you is not something you feel very comfortable with. But it's coming in, and most of the time it's good stuff. It's good vibes coming in for you. It's not necessarily negative. Which is surprising then, because in the midweek you've got 5 of Cups, which is a very sad card. Already I need to figure out what's going on. 5 of Cups is, well, Cups is your suit. Lovely. So what we have is you, Cancer, and Scorpio. Now, 5 of Cups is being stuck kind of in, it's like a middle of the road card. It's being stuck at a crossroads sometimes with things and feeling like you can't move. But this is about looking back on things and having not so much regrets, but just being more wishful that that could have happened. It's like that phrase that I don't like to use but explains the best way, which is crying over spilt milk. And you're like, you're not really seeing what you have, Pisces. And you have these 2 cups behind you here. They're there for you. They're there to give you emotional support in many ways. But it's like you can't concentrate on that. Why? We just need, show me 1 card for Pisces. 1 card for Pisces. 1 card for Pisces. Or maybe it's all this energy coming from the 8 is just pushing you back a bit. Card for Pisces. One card for Pisces. Show me one card for Pisces. One card for Pisces. Okay. Oh, okay, my lovelies. What's going on with yous? Okay, so this is general reading, okay? And that's my structure for the cards. However, the cards will come in and say stuff and be like, I don't think so, Eriu. This is what we want to tell Pisces. Okay, so we got to roll with it, right? So here it is. I think what's been happening is you're quite, and you got to know this, you're quite like a sexy sign. I know like Scorpio says that, or Scorpio is that. People just go, yeah, they're sexy. But Pisces has this beautiful translucid beauty to you, and a beautiful translucid emotional energy to you that is very attractive to others. And the fact that a lot of the time you keep yourself to yourself, like, doesn't mean that you're not sociable, but you're private as well. You know, as I said, you're introverted, you keep those things to yourself. It makes people want to go to you and try and crack open your head and figure out everything that's going on the inside. They're like, what's going on with them? They're kind of quieter. They're keeping to themselves. They don't go with the norm. What are they doing? And you attract all these people. And I have to say that this is something that's really going on with you now at the moment, Pisces, is that this is all of those things coming at you. These are all these people going, hey Pisces, hey Pisces, hey, how are you? Hey gorgeous, how's it going? What's going on? You're beautiful. Wow, look at your eyes. I love your eyes. You're so beautiful. It's all that. And you're like, well, in actual fact, look, I don't want that. Like, do you know what I feel? It's like, you're like, leave me alone. Will you just leave me alone? And it's not a big like egotistical way, or it's like self-indulgent, or like a narcissist sort of way. You're just like narcissistic. You're just kind of like, just leave me alone, please. I don't want. I feel like some of you have had issues with Scorpios, Cancers, Capricorns, Libras, and Aries. One or two of you, one or two of you for Aries, and you're just like, leave me alone, please, just leave me alone. I don't want to have to deal with this. And it's like, look at this, see these wands, right? Pew pew pew. There's 8 of them, and there's 8 cups here, and they're all just landing into each cup, because you're like, you know what, you catch that, I don't want that. You go with that, I don't need that. You talk to that person, I don't want them. And it's about emotionally giving up on stuff, emotionally letting go and walking away from things. So I feel like you've had a bit of an emotional tough time here, or will have, or will do in that first week. And you're looking back and you're saying like, Jesus, why couldn't it just be like normal? Why can't my choices just be the right choices for me? Why does it always have to be this? Why do I always have to feel like this about them? That's what I'm getting. It's like, why do I have to feel like that about them? Why them? For some of you as well, this could be a family thing. It's that you're getting a lot of love from your family, but you're like, I need space. It's like you're trying to push back, Pisces. You're pushing back. And you're not seeing that there's that emotional support system there for you. That there's love for you. Because you're focusing on cups of people, events, things that have gone beforehand. It's like this is just getting bigger. It's like you're looking back in the past as well, and you're going, why isn't it like this? I remember the good days when it was like this. And it's like, no, Pisces, look what you have here. Oh, my lovelies. I did tell you this is my new format about love coming in and intertwining into our general life. Completely does, right? Completely does. Now this is very much like over here. This feels separate. This is nostalgic. Okay, I feel like your fishies are just swimming around in this little lake. See, like this lake. They're just kind of stuck in this rhythm. I think the important thing is to pull yourself out of that. I know you want to retreat, Pisces. I know you want to take it inwards. You want to be left alone. But I think it's important for you to do the opposite in many ways, to come out of it. I don't think you fully... I know you want to push back against this, right? But I feel like... you're gonna pick it back up. It's remember I said that these cups kind of take each one of these rods. It's like you turn around, you realize there are two cups here with these potential rods, and you're like, oh, okay. There's love in here. There's creativity in this. For some of you, this could be creative pursuits, and you feel like that the way your life is going. Remember I say general reading, I say words like work and study and college and domestic life and community and committees. I use all those words as just guiding tools for you, so you can interpret, make it more applicable to how your life is, because your life is unique to you. Okay? So for some of you, it could be that you don't feel like that creativity that you hold and where you want to be and where you want to go, you don't feel like you're going in the right direction. So instead of kind of staying where you are and finding a method of where you need to be, you just kind of walk away from it as well. And you feel like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this is not for me. Why can't it be like it was before? But it's important to know that it's not going to be the way it was before, because, well, there's no progression in that, and things need to change. And I think your view of these things are starting to change. I think this will have more impact than you realize. Okay? Because it's saying to you, look, there's communication coming over this way, but it's loving and it's creative and it's passionate and it's coming for you. It's not coming to hit at you. It's not coming to hit down all your cups. It's coming so that you can use it. And then when you start to realize that, you turn around, you look at your cups, you start to realize the way things are. That's when Six of Rods comes in for you. Because you're going, penny's dropping now. Oh, penny is dropping. If I don't have to fully turn into this energy. I don't need to take it and completely be this energy, but I can take it and use it. And I can use that for my own good. Because Six of Rods here is about achievement in that. It's about achieving in creative pursuits. It's about achieving in loving people, in loving ourselves. It's about getting those rewards for things that we've put great effort into. But I feel like this is more of a realization for you, Pisces. It's like, oh, I get it. I hear what you're saying. Okay, and that kind of fuels, that fire's coming in to kind of bubble your water a little bit, make it a little bit more hot so that you get back into the groove. You don't need to take on this full fire energy, but you can use it. And this is the thing as well with you. There are people around you. There are people within your community that are in your establishments, even institutions that you're involved in, charities, whatever, that see the severe potential in you, Pisces. And they want you to succeed. They want you to be wealthy in what you do. And I don't even mean just money. I mean, they want you to be prosperous here, to prosper. They want there to be creative affluency because they see it in you. People want you to succeed. They want to lift you up. So don't let these kicked cups bring you down. You see, this is important. Yes, we go from an 8 to a 6 here. But there's still achievement here. This isn't a major setback by any means. You're just in this funk. You're in this really, really sad funk. But turn it on its head. Do the opposite. Be a fire sign. Feel the fire sign. Use their abilities and see how far it gets you. Sorry, there's a bit of a glare on this one, so I'm just going to turn that around for now. See the glare. Now coming into your second week then. Let's double check this one. Pisces. Darlings, your fishies are swimming all over the place, no? There's no fluid direction or movement. It's like, and it's like the fishes are just like slapping the water. It's like, whoo. You've got 10 of Swords here now. This is not a great card to have. I'll be very honest with you. It's not the best card in the deck. It's not terrible as well because it's not a major arcana, it's a minor, and it's sword energy. So you've got Gemini, Aquarius and Libra, and this is about feeling like things have gone completely against you. Feeling like the ground is being pulled from underneath your feet. Feeling like the people that you thought you could trust, you can't. Feeling like you've been literally stabbed in the back. And that's you there. So you're either feeling really overwhelmed or feeling extremely hurt, or I feel like the word desperate comes into my mind. Like there's desperation attached to this. Like despair, really, rather than elongate the word itself. Despair. I'm concerned about you, Pisces, now, because this is very back and forth. And I know sometimes you can do that. You know that yourself, you can do that. You can blow hot and cold, hot and cold. But I want to know why you're so backwards and forwards. Let's give Pisces guidance for this card. 2 cards for Pisces. 2 cards. Please give Pisces guidance. 2 cards. 2 cards for Pisces. Right. Move them over for a second, yeah? Okay. You can see that. Yeah, great. Okay, so I feel like some of you are suffering from depression. If you don't want to use that title, then someone that's having severe emotional trouble at the moment, trying to get a handle on emotions. I feel like you feel very alone lately. You feel like just this, like just not even, you feel like a loner, but it's like, I feel like you just feel alone as well. That it's just you. When you're in a crowded room, it feels like it's just you. You don't really want to be there. It's this weird mood that you're in lately, Pisces. And like, you're doing good. Do you know what I mean? Like other areas of your life, you're doing good. When I say other areas, I mean like 9 of Pentacles comes in because it's like, this is really enjoying the fruits of your labor here. This is really being like, I've sown the seeds, I have cultivated, it has grown, it is mine and I own it. But even this feels very lonely to me. And sometimes really though, 9 of Pentacles, you do have to be careful. So it's like, you know, you don't have to enjoy it all by yourself. Go out and meet people. And 3 of Cups is there. It's like, yeah, celebrations, being around with people. I just feel like you just feel so alone. I know you've got people around you, like this isn't the thing. But you yourself just feel like, maybe you just feel like unfulfilled. And some of you may be going out and drinking a lot because of this to help that. Some of you also, I'm not saying that, I'm not pointing the finger, this is just it. Some of you may be taking recreational drugs to help with this as well. But it's getting to a point now where it's not just recreational. It feels like you're doing a lot. You're drinking a lot, Pisces. Like you're trying to numb something. And it could be this 10 of Swords, but I feel like this is your own 10 of Swords. This despair that I feel this week, it feels like you're stuck in this weird cycle. And the 10 of Swords, it's like you can't get up this 10 of Swords. Like you can't stand up and allow those, like you can't stand up and allow those swords to fall. So for some of you, it may very well be depression. And for others of you, feeling with depression and feeling very alone. And for others of you, it could be that you are doing quite well, but I think whatever scene that you're on is completely wrecking you. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's two stories here. So that of people that may suffer from depression, and also that of people that you're in an industry or an environment where these things are readily available to you, where you're taking an interest in them, practically, but they're wrecking you. They're really just destroying you a bit here. And that's my concern for you here, Pisces. I think you need to, we need to calm your waters, yeah? I think you need the waters to be calmer for the fish to swim. And they need to find a direction. I don't really feel like this is helping you find that direction, do you? I don't think so. Each to their own. But when this comes up for this stuff, I mean, you gotta be careful. Saying, oh, I'll be fine, is not enough. Do you know what I mean? It's not. In Ireland, we always say, oh, it'll be grand. It'll be grand. That's grand. Don't worry about it. And sometimes you gotta worry about it. Yeah? Pisces, be careful. Now, I'm delighted to see this in midweek. I'm delighted to see that this gets a bit better for you. You've got, excuse me, the Star card. So Star card is here in your mid-second week. And this is a major arcana. So you're only one, but I feel like things are starting to turn for you. If you take care of this, because you fluctuate so much in the first week, back and forth. I think some of you as well may be suffering from being bipolar. And it's how heavy and however much the pendulum swings between these particular two emotions, it's like you can't get a handle on it this week. The first week, it's just gone back and forth for you. And then you try other things to try and end that. And they don't work, and it makes you worse. But I think you're going to come out of this because of the Star card. The Star card is represented by Aquarius. As I said, the only major arcana in the entire spread for this reading for the 2 weeks. And I think this is about finding something that will guide you in the right direction, finding that shining star that's there for you. It's kind of like that star in the sky. And it's like you see it and you like for instance, right where I live, I always see the belt of Orion, isn't it? The 3 stars, I think that's correct. And I always see that. And when I see that, I always feel like, oh, I'm home. And I've been other places outside of Ireland where I've seen that and it's reminded me of home. But it's been a very guiding light to me. It brings me back home, brings me back to where, I belong in many ways. And I think this is what this star is coming in for you as well. It's going to guide you into the right direction. And it is a major wishing card. But more importantly, I feel like you just need something to bring you in the right direction. And maybe some of you are wishing to find better guidance and a better path for you, or maybe to feel like you're on the road to success in some ways with this. And you are. And this is here to say, look, Pisces, okay, I know you're going through something here, but let me just tell you, I'm here. I will grant you your wish. You just got to follow me. That's all you got to do. Just walk with me. Just walk. And then that star brings way more clarity and shines light on things that you need to look at. I know it sounds like I'm saying it sounds like the moon in many ways, but it's not. It's, it's further away. It's a little bit harder to reach, so this may take a little bit more time. But it illuminates just as much. Okay, it's important that this energy, excuse me, it's important that this comes in for you, Pisces. It's also like I feel like you want to shine a bit more. I feel like you feel like you've been left out. Like the universe, you feel like the universe has just kind of forgot about you. And you're like, what about me? And then, of course, I didn't help with my read. Well, I didn't help with not being able to find your reading. You're probably like, hey, where's my reading? Where's Pisces? You know? You're like, whatever happened to Pisces? Why doesn't anyone remember Pisces? No, we do. You get your wish, Pisces. It's coming for you. Just got to follow it. The universe hasn't forgotten about you. It really hasn't. You just got some things going on inwardly, emotionally, that are that you're in turmoil about, that you're trying to get balance of. So that isn't the universe saying, oh, I'm completely forgetting about you now. Don't care. It's saying the universe is going, right, they need to try and balance themselves out. That's what they're learning at the moment. So we got to take a step back. Sometimes the energies will take that step back. Sometimes they'll intervene. Other times they'll go, no, they need to do this themselves. But if you're looking for a helping hand, the star is coming in saying, I will guide you. Okay? Some of you even may have an Aquarius friend that you may rely on, that they're a little bit more, they feel solid to you, and that you can rely upon them. So I would. Excuse me. And they sound they're a bit quieter here. When you talk to them, they're quieter. They listen. They really listen. And great. Why? Because the end of the week then you come back into yourself, Pisces. Okay, lovely. This guiding star has brought you into your own again. This is the Knight of Cups, and this is your suit again. But the Knight, as we always say, is the deliverer of messages. They have a message and they have something to say, but it's mainly of love, of nurturing, of comfort, of honesty, of faith, of healing. And this is about you now kind of learning where you've been coming from, what all this has been. All right? It's been a very rocky sea for you. And going, look, I took care of what I needed to take care of. I did it myself. And now this is my message. It's like, I feel like some of you are, excuse me, and this could be for very few of you now, but I feel like some of you are like counselors for people that with substance abuse, or that you feel like you have a lot of knowledge with regards to something like that, and you can feel you can help others because you're here to deliver that message, but you bring it with love and honesty and compassion. You just feel a bit more stronger in yourself here. But this is like, this is you, as I say, in your suit. You are in your element now. That's why you feel stronger. You still feel soft. Pisces, you still feel lovely and soft. But you look at that armor. Look at that outside shell you're creating there. It's very much like a Cancer as well. Harder exterior, a lot soft interior. Maybe that's something you need to adopt maybe as well. Check out your brother and sister signs of Cancer. I know Scorpio, they got that shell. Ooh, tough week, my darlings. Tough 2 weeks, I mean. Excuse me. Oh, my throat is just drying up here. Let's check out your love life, shall we? Because I have a feeling this may all be connected. Keep hearing in my head, who did this to you? Who did this? I don't know, that's probably just me being having a bit of a maternal instinct towards your Pisces, because I feel like the Pisces should be protected a lot of the time. Yeah, don't know why. I think that's my Virgo, my Venus in Virgo as well. How I love, gotta protect you, gotta protect you. Okay, this is us. Okay. There's still that glare. I'm so sorry. You can't see that. I'll show you. I'll pick it up anyway at the time, but remember, it's Nine of Cups there. And your Tower, okay? I know the Tower, ugh. It's alright though, we'll go through it. Okay. Okay, so remember this is for single and couples as well, so we'll look at different stories and see how they're applicable to each side of that, alright? Now, okay, for love, I feel like some of you have had the heavy burden of love. Some of you have been really taking on a lot of the burden and responsibilities of what love is. Some of you are feeling that it's actually all a bit too much lately. Some of you feel like you're carrying the weight of that. For couples, that's very much how you could be feeling at the moment, Pisces. You feel like that it's just all a bit too much. And some ways you don't want to deal with it. You're like, no, I don't want it. Look, I'll just keep going. And sometimes you just want light, lovely love. I think that's why as well Pisces sometimes gears toward air signs, because it's light and fluffy and it's not too heavy. But when it gets heavy for you, Pisces, you're just kind of like, I don't want to have to deal with it now. And I think this is what is kind of... You have two tens here, and I keep saying tens are completion. So completions as well, if you want to change that word to realizations, okay, then we'd start to get what's going on and what we need to fix for the next step, because we get to start again because we're at 10 or at the end. So I think for a lot of you, this approach in love hasn't been the best way for you. As I said, you get a lot of attention, Pisces, like seriously. Like you do. Like you're so attracted to attractive to everyone, and sometimes you're just like, well, I keep saying it's like, oh, we leave me alone, but you can't help it. Look, it's just, hey, isn't it tough being attractive, right? It's tough. But you hold it well as well, even though sometimes you don't really want that sort of attention off people. You're like, no. But I think that it's time for you to start to realize that there are other ways to handle this sort of attention. So as I said, for couples, for some of you, it's going to be a case that the responsibility of love, you start to see it as it's too heavy, that love itself weighs down too heavy, and you try and push it back, and it doesn't work out for you in that sense. 10 of Rods, when I see this, I'm always like, yeah, push that energy back because it's a bit too much for you. But I feel like you struggle when you get overwhelmed like this in love. You struggle to show love. It's harder for you to execute that in a practical manner. Never mind verbal's just not there to execute it in a physical manner for you. It's tough, and you kind of throw all the rods up in the air and you go, I don't want this anymore. And then it sounds weird, but I have to show you this. It's like you throw all the rods in the air and then they turn and just stab you in the back, because the method of which it's almost like this dramatic moment of emotion where you're like, I don't want this anymore, and you throw all the rods in the air and they actually just come flying back down on top of you. This is important. If you're in a couple, this is important to know that that it might not be, and I'm not like, I don't like to point the finger, point blame, because like I just don't. There's no point. But it might be best to, rather than throw all the rods in the air and have that moment, it might be best if you just put the rods down one by one. Okay, and take care of it first and foremost, because if you just pretend that something's not happening, or that you know, if you think you can't do it, it's too much, why am I doing all the hard work here? You just kind of, it comes back to get you, to bite you. Yeah. And for singles as well, then, it's like all these kind of love quests wanting to conquer you coming in. You're like thankful. You're like, yeah, thanks very much, and then it's almost the same thing. It's like you feel like it's too much. You're like, oh my god, I don't want this, and then it comes back and stabs you in the back. It's like, I don't want any of this. Like you feel like you're pushing back against everything, Pisces. It's so, obviously that's for some of you. Sorry, I'm like, obviously I have to be broad and generalize a little bit, but that's what it feels like. In the middle of the reading, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So this knight is here. Some of you definitely evolved with the Capricorn, straight up. Could have been a Virgo, Taurus. Could also have been a Leo, a Sagittarius, or another Pisces. This person is at the heart of the reading because this person has had a major impact on you. When I said to you earlier about wanting things to be the way they were, for couples, it's like this person, as I said, has had a major impact, but sometimes in a good way and sometimes in a bad way. Okay? Sometimes you feel like you understood them, other times you felt like you hadn't got a bloody clue who they were, even though you may have known them for so long. Some of you, I feel like 7 years for some of you. I felt like when you met this person, this is for couples now, when you met this person, you felt like all your dreams were coming true, all your wishes were coming true. But this person is very independent, this person is very singular, they can take care of themselves. And you feel secure in that, however, you don't always feel like you can come to them with your emotional burdens. Okay? And when things get a little bit too much for you emotionally, sometimes you can't I'm struggling now to say, it's like you can't verbalize your emotions, and sometimes emotions can't be verbalized, especially for a water sign. It's tough, and you try in your own way to let this person in and let this person know, and they just don't say it. They just don't. And you're kind of I feel like you're looking, going, why can't I emote this correctly? Or maybe some of you are struggling as well with affection, and you're like, I wish I could show more, but it's weird because Pisces, I'd say that shouldn't be a problem at all, but here it's like it's a problem. For singles, this Knight of Pentacles is here because this person's already in your life. All the signs that I just mentioned, this person's in your life. You want to be with them, you would love to be with them, because I said they feel really, he feels well solid here. Really solid. But I feel like you're struggling to communicate with them that this could be something that you want. So out of all these rods, this one person emerges. And you're like, that's who I'd prefer. And you're like, but I just don't know how to. And I feel like when you're talking to them, you just kind of struggle a bit, Pisces. You're like, yeah, but nah. Like there's a little bit of a stutter even. Yeah, okay, yeah, bye. Do you know? And it's like this, there's a knight, this is a man here, but it also could be female for some of you, depending on what your preference is. And I feel like you really see a future with this person, but it's like you can't tell them. And they're just toddling along, like they haven't. For some of the singles, I feel like they just don't know. I don't feel like there's any malice in this person. I just feel like you're struggling to connect. And they don't. I feel like they're oblivious. I feel like he's on it. Oh, sorry, hit the camera tripod. I feel like he's on the horse and he's like do 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 do. And he hasn't got a clue. They haven't got a clue. So you can have what you want, Pisces, but you're going to have to try and find a way to show it or verbalize it. More so show it, because this is more of a practical energy. They want to show, they want to see why they're different from everyone else, that you treat them differently to everyone else, and then they know. Then they know. I think I've said that to you before. I'm in a bit of a deja vu moment here. And then at the end of this, you've got the Tower. You know, this is obviously a major arcana. And I call this like a super cleansing card. Like it comes in to completely cleanse all the bad stuff that comes in. But I feel like this is a major change for you that is necessary. I feel like it's a growth. I feel like it's a massive personal development on how you're going to approach love. How you approach love as a couple, how you approach love as a single person. Because the Tower comes in to shake it up. The Tower comes in to loosen up the ground and let it break down and shake it up. And what that does is this Tower rocks back and forth and falls. It all just crumbles to the ground. Look, it has every element in it here. It's got fire, Jesus, water, land, air, and fire. It's all coming at it. It needs to destroy it. Why is that? Because for many reasons. One, it serves you no good purpose. Two, it needs to make way for better things coming into your life. And three, you're going into a new phase, so you don't want to hold on to all this old baggage. For some of you, I don't know if it sound like I'm talking down to you, which I don't mean that at all. But it's like the tool of communicating your emotions is not fully developed yet for you. Or you're developing it, but it's a struggle for you. A struggle for you to say what you want to say. And I feel like this is a lot of emotional baggage as well. It's like this Tower's coming in and it's just blowing away the entire spread. And it's saying, let's start again. Would you like to start again? Let's be successful here in love. Okay, so you're finding it all a bit too much here. All right? I get it. So this person doesn't know. You're struggling to say to this person. I remember, you could feel that in a marriage. You could feel that in a couple. It's not just single people. Sometimes when we're in that dual scenario relationship with someone, we struggle to communicate in different ways. And emoting is communication through feeling, through affection. But this is coming in to cleanse all of this. And, I'm actually delighted it's here for you, Pisces, right? Because you have the Six of Rods here and the Knight of Cups here for you. And this is like, this tarot card is coming in and saying, look, I want to get rid of all this crap. All right, I want to get rid of your emotional baggage. I want to get rid of the limitations you feel are on you. I want you to be able to properly verbalize and emote effectively without feeling like you're revealing your entire self, without feeling like you're turning your body inside out and everyone's looking at you. It's that classic dream of where you're naked in school and it's like everyone's looking at you. We don't want you to feel that way. It's like, I don't want you to feel that way anymore. I don't want you to feel so vulnerable with this. There's loveliness, there's vulnerability is lovely, don't get me wrong, but to the point where it makes you feel so small and tightens up and just gets smaller and smaller, that's not good. So it's like, let me come in and do this. Let me bring destruction. You're not going to like me. We're not going to be what is wrong? I can't speak today. We're not going to be best friends. But I promise you, I'll get rid of all the crap that you don't want. I'll get rid of all the old ways that you used to do that you don't like anymore. I'm going to get rid of all that. And know that there's success in that. There's revelation after that as well, Pisces, because you've got Six of Rods here and Knight of Cups. So it's like through this process of the Tower coming in, you are actually successful in creating a new love profile for yourself, a new love demeanor. You're like this new person coming into love. You're like, oh, here I am. Boom, I'm getting it now. I'm doing it. I'm feeling it. And I'm ready. Remember I said you're here to deliver a message. This is a mega growth period for you in your love life. And your message is whatever you want it to be. It's unique and personal to you. But most importantly, it's about delivering a message of emotion, of love, of caring, of nurturing, of comforting, of compassion, of healing. Just more like the very first one, it's loving. And the tarot is going to help you be successful in that. People are going to see a difference in you. They'll say, hey, they feel a lot lighter in themselves. Be like, look at them. Look how different they are. They're kind of glowing. And I feel like you're happier here, Pisces. When you're in this energy, you're happier. And when you're in all this, you're not. Rightly so. There's ownership in this as well with the Knights. They completely own their suit. And there's no question of whether or not they were allowed this or that they deserve this. They know they do. It's theirs. That's theirs, it's mine. So you need to know that you deserve this transformation period. Because this is mega manifestation here. But you deserve, that's your reward for allowing this to come in. As I said, you won't like it. You'll probably hate it. You'll never be friends with them. But look what you get after that. Success and prosperity in being your truest loving self and taking that forward with you to give to whoever you want and not being afraid of that. Pisces. That was a bit of a tough one, wasn't it? Yeah. I know, darlings, I know. So in some ways I'm actually kind of glad that this is your second reading through the first week, because at least you know if you've had this kind of hurtful energy in the first week, then you know that what you can see happening in the second week and how you can take control of it, and how it at times will need you to step back and how it will let itself be in control, like the Tower. Oh, my darlings. Yeah. But look, it's all love here. And these messages come out, as I say all the time, as warning signs for us. So we know, so we can take heed of the red flags and we can make the best decisions then moving forward. You know? Less casualties, the better. But sometimes it's just ourselves. Like, we are the ultimate casualty in all of it. And sometimes we can't steer away from that, because we need that for growth. All right, we do. All right, my darlings, this has been your bi-weekly reading from the 1st of June to the 15th, 2017. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment and share. Also, I do private readings. If you'd like more guidance in your general life or in your love life, I can provide you both of those readings and different services. Just email me below. My email is below, and I'll email you back directly as soon as I can with my prices as well. Listen, Pisces. You're so good at letting things wash over you. And I think that is the best thing and a best approach to do this next 2 weeks. Let it wash over you. To feel it washing over you, but not let it drown you, okay? It's going to be an emotional week, but look, we're all here for you. This is your Tuatha. This is your tribe, and every single one of these Pisces and other signs are here for you. So if you need anything, you just comment below and we'll all take care of each other, okay? My darlings, you have a lovely 2 weeks. And you will be the first reading that I do in the last 2 weeks of June. You're here to hear, I promise you that, and I will deliver. So I will see you first and foremost in the last 2 weeks of June. My darlings, have a beautiful, lovely, sunny, summery June time, and I will see you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.